How does it feel like to be on the carnivore diet for 365 days? As someone who's done it for 365 days, I can say there are pros and there are cons. As someone who also was getting sick every 2 months, had a bloated stomach, was feeling super tired, was losing hair, didn't sleep very well, and just had like a very foggy brain and a loss of memory, I can say that the carnivore diet overall did help me. But there's also cons, and we're going to get into that. So, when I started to do this diet, it was because my health coach at the time suggested that I look into my diet and eat mainly meat. And I didn't know much about the carnivore lifestyle. I mean, I used to be plant-based, so that's all I knew before. And then I just started to eat meat, but I was eating so much carbs with it. And so my health coach told me, hey, like, it could be your gut. And it was. Everything stemmed from my gut. Your gut is your second brain. And so I decided, okay, let me just take out all the carbs, just eat the animal fat, the animal meat, right? The butter, sometimes raw milk. I took out the eggs, I took out the raw cheese. I didn't eat those two items, those two foods. But I did eat a lot of meat and a lot of animal fat and a little bit of sugar. Sometimes I'll eat like a cup and a half of blueberries, half a cup of blueberries, and that's it. And a little bit of honey, but that's it. And so first thing was my gut started to de-bloat. De-bloat, you guys, because it was so big. It was like, I'm so skinny, so it was obvious when my stomach got big. I looked pregnant. And it just de-bloated my stomach. Like, my stomach is way more flat. My gut feels so much more better, you guys. And it started to heal. Like, my gut healed 80% because of this diet. I love this diet. I do think most people could benefit from this diet, especially for their gut, to reset their gut. And so when my gut started to heal, my brain felt better. I could think now. I could remember things. I had good memory now. I could sleep better. I had energy. I felt overall a burst of energy, overall well-being, because I took out a lot of sugar and just ate the animal fat, mainly animal fat and animal foods, meat. And that's what happened. Those were the great things that happened. The only cons that did happen within this 365 days of doing the carnivore diet was the electrolytes. I was depleted of electrolytes after about 2 months, right? 2 to 3 months in, I was like, whoa, why am I feeling tired all of a sudden? I had energy before. I felt great before. How come I don't feel great anymore? How come I'm getting cramps in my calves? How come I'm not sleeping as well anymore? I was sleeping great when I first went on it. Now I'm not feeling like I sleep well anymore. What is happening? And apparently, your kidneys releases potassium and sodium really quickly because it's such a clean diet and there's barely any sugar in your diet. So insulin drops and your kidney responds to that by depleting a lot of potassium and sodium. Wow, I didn't know that. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And so I added salt, a lot of salt to my diet, bought electrolytes, incorporated that into my diet every day. I felt a lot better. I could sleep again. It was like the first time I started doing carnivore again. I was fine. Okay, I was like, okay, great. But another con I do think is when you're strength training, like I am now, and I wasn't before, but I am now, that's when you're like, oh man, I do need carbs. Because for the most part, yes, you need the high protein, the high fat, and calories if you're trying to gain muscle. And I can do a lot of calories, a lot of animal fat on the carnivore diet. I just have to really eat more than I should. But my body was craving carbs. And that's the only thing I would say that the carnivore diet isn't for long term for most people. Like, some people are very, very, very sensitive to carbs. But I feel like because my gut has healed for the most part, I can incorporate more carbs than I should now because I'm strength training and my body can handle it now. So that's what I would say is like the other con. And let me look really quick at my sheet. for other cons that I da, 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 da. Yeah, I would say that's the only cons. The carnivore diet is pretty great to lose weight, to not that I need to lose weight, but if you want to lose weight, you could do the carnivore diet. You want more energy, carnivore diet. You want better sleep, carnivore diet. Just make sure to take your electrolytes. And if you are strength training, eat a lot of meat, eat a lot more fat than you should, and animal fat. And if you're able to eat a little bit of honey and sugar, like from fruit, if you're strength training. But other than that, like the carnivore diet, I would say, like, overall, guys, it's been so beneficial to heal my body, to heal my gut specifically. And so far, so good. So if you want to give it a try, it wouldn't hurt. Okay? I hope this video helped, and have an amazing day. Bye.